Hello everyone, welcome back to this lecture. I hope all are well. In previous lecture, I discussed about the JSON file and how to write the data and how to read the data and how to append the data in a JSON file. In this lecture, it is a summary of the file handling, means text and binary files. So I will go very fast. And if you want to learn more about the files and file handling, please watch my previous lecture that cover the theory as well as coding part to explain the fundamental of a file handling. So let's start this lecture. As we know, file handling is a very important concept in any programming language because we need to save the data in a file. File may be a text and JSON file, CSV file, and many file like Excel file. And you also save the data in a binary file. For example, you can save the image in a binary file and you can read the binary file and many things. And when we are talking about the files, so Python provide the context manager when we deal with the file. So in this context manager, we have a many argument in a open function. So let's discuss the some the common modes that we use frequently when we given a task of file handling. So let me take a pen. Yeah. So so a context manager is a with open, and here is a file name, and here is the mode. Mode means you are using the write, read, and append mode. Okay, and here you will perform the operation. If you want to write the content in a file, you have to write them. If you want to read the content and append the data in a file, you can write here. Okay, there is a another method also present that can be used like file.open, file.close. In a context manager, we have a in a context manager we have a we don't need to close the file every time when we open the file, because context manager with open function will help us to automatically close the file. That will give the advantage. So I highly recommend it the people and students and to use the context manager with open function. That will help you by adhering to the best practice. So okay, it is taking a time. Okay, so here we have a mode. Okay, here we have a mode. Mode is read mode, and read mode in which we will only read the content from a file. And we have a write mode where first, when we use the write mode, first it check file exists or not. If file exists, it will write the content. But in any file, in existing files, we have a content or data. So that will erase, then will write the new content. Okay. So please keep this mind. That is a very important feature of a write mode. If file does not exist, first it create the file, then write the content or data. And in append mode, we have a we will not only we are just appending them, means we are adding the content. We have a file and that file contains some data, and we are just adding the content below that data. And we have a lot of combinations of the read write and w plus write, write plus read, and a plus append and read. And for similar for the binary, we have a read binary RB and WB. And if I talk about the types of files like text file and binary file, in text file that human can read them. For example, TXT file, CSV file, JSON file. And this file, I discussed in a detail in a separate lecture. In a previous lecture, you can watch. Then you will able to make a sense this of lecture. And in binary, human cannot read the data easily. So we use the binary file for image, audio, and video. For a text file, we have a I discussed in depth the text file and the CSV file and JSON file. So in these three files, we use three uh, properties and three operation over the file. First is writing operation and reading and appending. In read and writing, we use the mode W, and reading we have a mode R, and in appending we have mode append. And we know CSV file store the data in a tabular format, and it act as a plain text format in which we have a data having a rows that indicate the records, and we have a columns that indicate the field name that are separated by the commas. That's why it is says as comma separated values. And JSON file, as we know, it stores the data in a key value pair, similarly to the Python dictionary. So this three main file, TXT, CSV, JSON file, will be used frequently. When you develop a big and small application for your projects, and this will help you to how the file work. And so so I discuss. If you are not able to understand this file concept, so you can watch my video, and where I discuss the in depth. So I will go through the very fast. Uh, First, I will show you the TXT file. Yeah, in a TXT file, we have a read function, read line, and read lines. We have a we have given a data and having a rows, so we can write the content in lines manner. Similarly, we can use the write lines and write rows. Okay, in a reading the file, we can read the file one by one line, and we can also get the cursor value, get cursor position and using the tel, and we can move the cursor position using the seq. And in CSV file, as I discussed, it a tabular data is stored, and records and multiple records are there, and columns are separated by the commas. Here we have a reader and dict reader. We can save the data in a reader format and reader. We can also present data in a dictionary format as well as the simple uh, list format. And similarly, we can write the content and append the content. In JSON file, we use the dump method and load method. CSV and JSON, this is a module which is inbuilt module when we download the work with the Python. So we don't need to install the JSON and CSV separately. And so so in the previous lecture, I discussed this three TXT. Last three lecture I devoted heavily on the TXT, CSV, and JSON files. I covered the theory as well as coding part. If you want to know more about it, so please watch this lecture. It will help you to clear your doubt if you have any in your mind. And thank you so much, everyone. And if you have any query, please leave them in comment section. I'm happy to resolve them. Thank you so much. See you in next lecture.